Was Roman education like Greek education? Have you ever wondered how education in ancient Rome compared to that of Greece? Both cultures had rich educational traditions, but they approached learning in different ways. Let's break it down. Roman education shared many similarities with Greek education, but it also had its unique features. Both systems valued literacy, rhetoric, and the study of classical literature. Romans especially admired Greek works, but their education was more focused on preparing young men for public life and citizenship. In the early Roman Republic, education began informally at home. The father, known as the paterfamilias, was the main teacher. Boys learned basic reading, writing, arithmetic, and Roman virtues like courage and respect for the law. Girls were mostly taught skills for managing the household but often learned to read and write as well, usually at home. This family-centered approach was similar to early Greek education, where the family played a crucial role in teaching. As children grew, formal Roman education progressed through three main stages. The first stage was called ludus. This stage focused on basic literacy and arithmetic, much like Greek primary education. Children learned to read, write, and do simple math, often through chanting and memorization. The second stage was called grammaticus. This stage was typically for wealthier boys aged around 9 to 12. Here, students studied literature, grammar, history, and mythology. They learned to analyze poetry and were introduced to the Greek language and culture. This stage was comparable to Greek secondary education, where students studied works by Homer and other classical authors. The final stage was called rhetoric. This stage trained students in rhetoric, which is the art of persuasive speaking and writing. This skill was essential for careers in law, politics, and public service. While both Greek and Roman education emphasized rhetoric, Romans particularly focused on it as a tool for public life and governance. Unlike Greek education, which often emphasized philosophy and knowledge for its own sake, Roman education was more practical. It aimed to prepare young men to be effective leaders and citizens. The curriculum included language, literature, Roman law, politics, and moral instruction aligned with Roman ideals. Assessment in Roman education was typically oral and immediate. Teachers would correct or praise students on the spot, rather than using written grading systems. In summary, while Roman education was heavily influenced by Greek models, it adapted to meet the needs of Roman society. It emphasized practical skills for public life, moral values, and the duties of citizenship. This blend reflected Rome's respect for Greek learning and its own social and political priorities.